All right, who are you?
I'm Nielser. I'm the leader for the Manus Mortis clan on the Remnant side.
All right, what'd you say that was? Can you say that name again? Sorry.
I'm the leader for That's Manus Mortis. It's some Latin words, pretty much means hands of death for the Remnant faction.
Okay, okay. And what is your clan's philosophy in general?
In general, we try to cater to every single player as long as they carry their weight, so they're not leeches essentially. So we're all about letting people join any of our homesteads and do what they want. We have goals for crafting any resource in the game, but we're not the kind of group that says, okay, you have to now gather this. We're like, okay, this is what we need. If you want to do this or you want to do that, you can have fun. As long as you're enjoying yourself, you're always going to be productive. And that's kind of how we go about most of the game. We try to let people be productive in their own way without forcing people to do things or people force them into any activity. Freedom is like a pretty big factor in our group, so people can enjoy the game at their own pace while still maintaining like a larger capacity in the military efforts. Of course, they were more like you have to listen to orders because if you don't follow orders in the military structure or the events, then you're not organized and the enemy can win.
Yeah, battle's battle. Um, what do you like the most about Anvil Empires? Did you hear me? Oh no, a crash. I'm gonna learn how to put two videos together. No.
Sounds good.
All right, what do you like the most about Anvil Empires?
The creativity to build things the way you desire. So I've played Foxlaw as well, where everything is given to you. You get the city, you get this, you get that, and your creativity is limited to bunker bases and other stuff. In this game, it's not. You get to build most of the things in this game your own, well, excluding for the current version of the game, which is only pretty new, where the devs give you towns in their pre-build. I'm not really a fan of that personally, but you get to make your own homestead, a kitchen facility, animal husbandry, everything in the game that you could think is like medieval, you can pretty much do in this game, and that's pretty amazing. And I do hope you're gonna go back to letting us build actual cities. We can still build our own keeps, which is amazing because I myself am an architect in the game, so I love to build things, even if they're probably obnoxious and hated by a lot of people. um,
Oh, there's people like that on
but
our
yeah,
side too. So
that's what I really love in the game: the freedom to do things as you desire, things that the player can make. You can look at something, you can see there was absolutely nothing here, and now there's a fortress, now there's a city. We made this. That kind of feeling.
yeah, I agree. That is pretty cool. What do you hate the most about this game?
Um, I think the game overall is pretty fun. The thing I would hate the most is just like always updates that come out but usually get patched out. So as I said before, I really love building things ourselves. So as in the current version, we cannot build our own town, and in my educated building opinion, the towns made by the developers are rather they're a danger to the town. Like it's really badly built, some of them, because you can just like bypass everything. So I think that's a really bad mechanic. If the devs don't really think through how they're making their towns, and they just kind of make it from like a LARPy standpoint, and that's something I kind of feel like is something I can see in the updates a lot. That there's too much focus on the medieval LARP feeling, which isn't bad. I think solo people they should have that feeling while playing medieval. But if we're being honest, I think most people realize that 90% of the logistics work, or 80, whatever, is coming from the clanmen who are suffering more and more because it's that's one it easier for solos, which is in turn making it harder for the people that actually grind all day long. Which does not take away from the fact that there's solo players like Louis on the Remnant side or Running Duck on the Ancient side who do massive work. But those are exceptions, in my opinion. The game should cater more towards the players that are actually supporting the game actively by playing all day long and gathering the resources to build up the things and conduct the warfare that the warfare that the devs want us to do. That's kind of how I feel in general.
Okay, okay. So what's your craziest idea for this game? Most fun, whatever. I don't know, just what you think would be cool.
You mean as in an update, a change, or just like in general something we could technically do right now?
I mean, all of the above if you want to answer. Whichever one, all of them. Just tell
Well,
me
in
your thoughts.
general, what I generally would really like to do is like really prolonged sieges, and by that I mean like a 3 or 5 day siege. You actually have to starve out the enemy. You take down outposts around their towns, rather than directly going for the town. You just like take out their surrounding keeps, their surrounding farm homesteads, and you slowly starve out the enemy. You make sure no logic gets in. Like the whole aspect of like doing like a real medieval siege without storming or blitzkrieging the enemy fortress and literally starving them out of their keep in a very slow progress is something I'm pretty interested in. That's like a whole big picture of like how medieval things used to be in a lot of cases at least.
Yeah, that does sound in. Honestly, it sounds kind of like what they're going for.
Yeah, they're definitely like scaling it up, especially with this. Like, I don't know what they want with auxiliary change, but with auxiliary change, it's gonna be more easy for people to have continued warfare. Like it's too cheap right now. I think everybody can agree on that. But at least it's gonna give people the ability to defend without worrying about, oh no, I'm going to lose the Iron Kit I just spent 5 minutes on or 7, whatever. There's less gear fear, so people are more likely to defend. Even the solo people who have issues gathering gear most of the time, which means there's more constant warfare, which allows us to do these sieges. The last playtest before this, it's not really possible to maintain a larger siege because of the logistic cost that's involved. The amount of food that's needed to supply all those people on the front line, keeping them on the war is huge. You need the kits, you need repair materials, you need explosives. By reducing those costs with the auxiliaries, for example, that does kind of show the vision that they want a little bit more of a sustainable warfare rather than you spend like half your day gathering enough for one little raid, and if it fails, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, honestly, I think we should give the auxiliary system a chance to flesh out before we shout it down completely. But that's just what I think about that.
Yeah.
So, is there anything you want to say to the public in general or the ancients, the enemy?
Well, during the wars, fuck the ancients. Otherwise, I think the whole community is pretty great, including the ancients. I'm friends with a good amount of people on both sides, or all 3 sides, if you have to include the pagans. I mean, of course, there are also enemies. But the nice thing in this community is that even if you have arguments, half an hour later, or even less, you're pretty much making jokes again, making memes, and everybody's happy again. That's the nice thing about this. There's no like some permanent grudge where people are griefing each other just to be like basically assholes towards each other. I mean, people still raid each other for fun and whatnot, but it doesn't feel like other games where people are way more toxic in the community. People are way more friendly towards each other. Well, maybe in a banter or a little Discord PvP way, but never in a way of I'm an asshole, fuck your faction, and more friendly overall, even as enemies.
Yeah, I agree with all of that, and I like that too. And well, I guess that concludes the interview, Nielser. Thank you for taking the time to meet up with me.
Thank you. Same as well. It's a good initiative that you've done this for the community as a whole, which again speaks up of what I said earlier.
Yeah, I just think it'd be cool to let everybody check out every clan leader's personality. It would help him shop for a good clan, better than just reading recruitment posts. But anyway, I'm going to end this now.